Hello, welcome to tonight's episode of Open Pendragon. We're gonna dive in here. We have two returning knights. We have Sir Varys, who's now dipped into Open Pendragon, Warren Melahut, and now back in some Open Pendragon. We have Hrothgar, who on screen for the first time in the very last episode. I think Varys and Hrothgar were together in the last one, if I recall.
I think so. I think that's why I was so familiar to him.
Yeah, now that I think about it. And then we have our first timer, Sir Owen. Chris, you want to give us an intro? Anything you want to say or add? You don't have to.
Basically, I am Chris, and gonna take a stab at playing Sir Owen.
It's all good, man. I think you'll find the system helps you play the game. It's the way it's structured. So we're gonna go ahead and start with a little bit of a premise here before we begin. So there's been a call to trouble in the Cambrian Mountains to the west. This would be modern-day Wales. You're called to a court in Norgales where you're to garrison as mercenary knights, where there's promise of glory and librum for those that participate. With that being said, I think I'll get you all to give me an initial... let's go with an intrigue test for now. All three of you, please. I'm guessing Hrothgar is not a mastermind of this either.
No. Nope.
All right, fair enough. I think it's safe to say you and many other mercenary knights just aren't really aware of what the conflict and strife is in Norgales. But you know it's a kingdom, and you know that the king is absent. Rumor has it that his brother is trying to hold things together. And we'll begin tonight in garrison with a feast for those who are garrisoned before wars to erupt. So your host tonight is Sir Elin. Sir Elin is the second-born son of Sir Pelham, formerly King Pelham, who's now deceased, and brother to King Pellinor, the absent king. So tonight we go a little bit further into some Arthurian lore. All right, so we're gonna start off with a couple of rounds of feast. Let's do 2. I think 2 is fair. And we'll give you all an appearance test first and foremost. So you're going to roll your app, APP. And if you succeed, let's see how you do.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
As expected.
Below the salt. Comfortable spot for
And-
Hrothgar. Near the salt. And near the salt. So you guys are in good spots. Sir Owen is a brand new knight, right? Age 21? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you would have been knighted recently, probably to do with, let's see, you're from Pendragon last year to this year. you're probably knighted after the success in Cornwall. You would have been squiring down in the Battle of Tintagel. So, all right. So you can see at the high table that three of the king's brothers remain. You know them not by name, other than Sir Elaine, who is um, the host of this. And from there, we get to do the feast actions. Does anyone have any questions before we dive in about what the situation is here?
Paris is fine.
Well, let's see. Varys, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. On the spot. I'm going to, since it's a feast, I'm going to grab a card.
Holy
And I'm going to
blossom.
refresh. I'm going to refresh my open or my roll 20 because it is not showing me that map. There we go. Okay. Okay. That's
And
cool.
all, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I'll keep it.
blessed by one of the priests. They're happy to see knights from Logres.
And Varys is quite humble about getting that. And he doesn't know really what to say or do other than, feel grateful.
Indeed. What's your spiritual?
Gotta reopen my tab because I just refreshed. One moment. Spiritual. It's a 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good enough then, I think.
All right.
Why don't you test spiritual for me real quick?
Okay.
If you crit, then no. I was gonna give you a tick if you critted, but
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, we're gonna go to Sir Owen next. So, Chris, you're new to this. Feasting is picture like a Dark Ages or medieval feast. Your options are basically you can gossip, try to find out more about what's going on and such. That's an intrigue roll if you do. To succeed, there is flirting that you can do as an action that can earn you either the favor of a lady or potentially get you closer to being able to wed. Or some people try to use that as mercenary knights to, you know, start relationships that might earn them station eventually, right? Trying to swing upwards as it is. Um, there is gaming, which would be like playing chess or dice or something like that, or cards, that can come with a gambling feature, whether you want to or not. And then there's a feasting option, which is you take the stance of, I'm going to show this host how good I am by eating and drinking everything around me. Or you can take the stance of, I'm going to show this host how gracious I am, how temperate I am, by making sure everyone else around me is looked after. So that would be an indulgence or a temperate role if you chose one of those options. The last option, which you just saw Drax do, is you can pull a card, sort of like, check what's behind door number 2, that kind of scenario. Throws you into an encounter. It's probably the funnest part. Like if you don't have a plan where something else sounds more obvious to you, feast card's always a good option. You pull one at random and we see what happens. Um, so with that in mind, what do you want to do, Chris?
I guess I'll go for the card then.
Okay. Go ahead and pull a card. I'll help you drag it out here. There you go.
Thank you very much, Digger. Okay.
Oh boy. uh, so the card's worth 0. That's what the 0 up top is by itself. It is a host card, so if you had actually drawn more cards because your glory was higher, you'd be stuck taking this one anyways. You listen carefully. Roll intrigue is if energetic wins. If lazy wins, you tick lazy. So let's start by testing energetic versus lazy on your sheet. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Okay.
Still roll lazy just in case. It can't win, but I'm curious.
Should I read something in? Because when I rolled all this out, it was all on the left options. The rights are all still zeros.
Oh, okay. So here's what you do. Basically, take 20 minus whatever the left option is, and that's what the right option is. So if your energetic is 11, your lazy is 9. Like those two numbers together, the left and the right number, have to add up to 20. Okay. So I can, let me fix that for you here. Only take 2 seconds. Oh, you're doing it. Okay, you got it. Never mind. I'll let you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you succeeded. You critted at energetic, so you can tick energetic first off. And then you have to roll intrigue. Success. You get a glimpse of what is to come. Gain +5 your intrigue for the rest. So you have to roll intrigue though first. So energetic wins. You roll intrigue. I was gonna say +5, but it still wouldn't quite do it, would it? It's okay. You still managed to get 1 geniality for the round, and you got a crit on energetic. So not the worst round, to say the least. But no +5 to intrigue, unfortunately. Okay. Let's go to Rothgar next.
All right. I think Rothgar is going to draw a card. Spice things up a little bit.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh, serving girl flirts.
Oh man.
Girl flirting.
Not the right character for this.
Yeah,
Oh,
different
yes,
character.
it is. It totally is.
Where is my... This is gonna be great. So here's Hrothgar's flirting skill. It's a 2.
Yeah.
That's a failure.
Failure is not the end of the world, right? It doesn't result in anything, and you
Get a geniality.
You get a geniality, so
Just for the card.
for the card, which is good. So, okay, we'll go back a second. I was going to do host speaks at length. I might as well roleplay that a little bit because it gives me a chance to talk about Sir Aelin. So Sir Aelin kind of looks around the room. The various knights gathered, some of them locals, many of them mercenary knights and knights of nearby allies. As many of you have heard, with our king's absence, our enemies have taken it upon themselves to test our strengths. And so soon, he says, so this night we feast, and on the morrow we set out west. Let them test our borders. We shall show them the strength of Norgales. Not the most impressive of speakers. Sounds like he's more or less just talking to himself. No one's really moved by it. Once he's done, uh, most people barely even pay attention, save for apparently Sir Owen. Sir Owen, he manages to pay attention, but a lot don't. And at the end of the day, um, why don't we? Because it's only a 2-rounder. Why don't we say there's a moment where the three of you are kind of in the same place as the food comes out, and I forgot to do the feast roll. All right, onto the roasted seal.
Ooh.
Why don't we just say there's a moment of intersection in Rothgar? This is probably the first time you've seen Varys since Hantone.
Yeah,
And
I think with that.
Ian, you're
Okay.
nearby. Just to put Chris in the scene. Sir Ian is nearby as well.
I think with that, Hrothgar would make his way over, kind of clapping both knights on the back, thinking that he knows both of them as he goes, Severus! It's been quite a while.
Sir Rothgar, it's good to see you in good health. Been a while, as you say.
Ah, indeed. How fares the north? I believe you said you were from Malahat, correct?
It's true. I haven't been home in a while, though, so I'm not up to on all the news there. As far as I can tell, though, the family's doing well, though. So
That is good to hear. And, you, sir, as he turns to Sir Owen, as if he knows him, but clearly stumbles over his words at that last bit.
And Owen gives a kind of amused smile, but very genially, as much as he can. Owen, Sir Owen, it's a pleasure.
Yes, a pleasure. We haven't met before, have we? If we have, I'm afraid this would be very embarrassing.
You can save your embarrassment, because I don't think we have.
Ah, wonderful. I am Sir Hrothgar. A pleasure to meet you, Sir Owen.
And likewise, and he looks at the seal, he's like, tell me, what is that?
That, my friend, is some sort of delicacy. And I'm going to be sure to have as many bites of it as I can. I'll be honest, I don't really get a lot of this, Himric food that is being brought out. Much more used to the simple things of my people. One thing...
but quite, but one makes do, I suppose.
Indeed. One thing for Sir Owen, the one thing that you can tell about Sir Hrothgar is that he is ginormous. He is size 19, and he is very clearly a Saxon. Definitely an oddity in these lands.
Okay. Hey boy.
by comparison, Sir Varys is only at 13, I believe, so he's substantially shorter than Sir Rodgar.
Well, Owen is size 16, so he's kind of middling between you.
Sweet, that's awesome.
All right. Proceed to the next round. I think that round went so swiftly. I'm gonna tack a round on because
Wow. Okay.
with non-politicking types, we can probably roll through 3 rounds quite quickly. So as the roasted seal comes out, we're back to Varys with at the beginning of round 2 with your 1 geniality.
All right. Yeah. What are my options? Can't draw a card unless I get rid of that card. You know what? I've never done this with my character, and he's horrible at it. I'm going to game.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna game for money, or are you just gonna have some fun gaming?
Just entertainment. Yeah.
Okay.
Something to pass some time.
Okay. Give me a gaming roll.
Okay. And does geniality add to all rolls during a feast?
It'll apply to gaming. It's a feasting action. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. It's not a fumble. The game doesn't go particularly well for you. There are a few mercenary knights there that you're loosely familiar with from your experience as a mercenary knight, all from Logres, all eager to get into battle.
Okay.
And while you're at it, just for entertainment purposes, why don't you give me a recognize roll and tack a +6 total because you're geniality.
All right. Recognize.
Oh, look at that. You would have passed anyways. You recognize Sir Owen's coat of arms.
Oh, okay.
Owen, was your father a mercenary knight or a household knight? Do you know?
He was a household knight.
Okay. Not a vassal knight, right? He didn't own his own manor, but a household knight kind of thing in someone else's manor. Is that the idea? You know?
I believe that was.
I'm just checking here. Let's see.
Because I've got my sheet open right here. If I can just pop over to it.
Pendragon for home. Lord is count.
Yeah. It says landed in Cumbria. No, that's not. That's landed in a different context. Never mind. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Class. We'll say household. I doubt you're a vassal. We'll say
No, it definitely was a household. So.
yeah. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, you recognize Sir Owen. Now, Sir Owen, your family's how long have they been in Pendragon for?
Basically 2 generations at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
So they have definitely been around.
Yeah. So, Varys, you would recognize. You don't know actually, you did pass. So, you recognize Sir Owen's heraldic mark as one of the household families in Pendragon, even though you haven't really been there. So something for both. I've been through this with Varys, but we'll go through it with Owen just for the point of interest. So I'm going to go to the map here. So at one point, there are all these Cumbrian northern mini kingdoms, right? And when Uther's brother Aurelius died, Uther tried to make a play for the High King position that his brother had. He was not successful. 10 years ago, that happened. Pendragon was up here near the Northern Kingdom. It was one of the Northern Kingdoms. It was one of the groups that didn't bend a knee to Uther. And because the old king of Pendragon didn't have a good relationship with Uther, he was kind of the first victim of Uther. Uther turned his armies at Pendragon, conquered it, put in a count in his place, someone else in the line of succession to Pendragon, and basically just, oh, fine, you aren't going to bend the knee, I'm going to make you bend the knee. And that is the state of Pendragon. So it's now a county in Logres, the kingdom of King Uther. How you feel about that and how your family feels about that is totally up to you. Okay.
Fair enough.
sorry for the random aside. Just want to make that note, and you're gonna get your 1 geniality for being near the salt. And we're gonna go on to Sir Owen.
All right.
Okay. Sir Owen, round 2 for you, good sir.
For like the flirting option, is music usable for that?
Not really. It's kind of like you can do what's called like romance and stuff like that. So flirting is what you could do though is you could like something I've been playing with is the notion of I want to set this up for a longer term action. I could see someone trying to succeed at music to draw attention and then using that as an attempted bonus in a future round. You know what I mean? So what I'll give you is if you do music now, then the next round you're if you succeed at the music, you get a +1 additional geniality, and that geniality gets to be applied to your future skills, right? So if you end this round with 3 geniality, you'll be at a +3 for your flirting the next round. But I'm not sure if you want to do that yet or not. It's totally up to you. You can also just music to music if you want to. There's always a possibility you crit too, which would have a bigger outcome. So
Go ahead and do the music anyway, just in a general sense.
yeah. What are you playing, by the way?
It's a harp.
Okay.
But it didn't work.
No. It's not
Too much
that-
drink.
Yeah, it's not awful, but it's enough to where like people are kind of just ignoring you, you know, as they go by. Not you know, scolded. Like it's not like you fumbled, so it's not terrible. It's just not catching anyone's ear. And we'll go to Rothgar. Round 2. Mark, you might be on mute or disconnected.
Hrothgar, I think he's going to partake in his favorite pastime, arguing with priests. I'm trying to think of what kind of role that would be. Honestly, he's just doing as he usually does, which is arguing with priests that their god is puny and his god is better.
Right?
Saying very much the whole, I don't understand the Christ thing. How can he be a man and a god? That's weird. You're weird.
Is it from a stance of spiritual, or is it from a stance of like
Well, I think it's from a practicality sense. It doesn't make sense. Because gods are supposed to be these all-powerful things.
right?
Yet their god was put on a cross.
Worldly then.
I think that fits. Here we go. Success.
Okay. Strangely enough, there are a number of mercenary knights, not a lot of, some of them pagan, some of them Christian only in name, but it's enough for, you know, I think Rothgar's stance kind of it clearly offends the priest, which wasn't something you were trying to avoid doing, right?
Yeah.
But it also kind of resonates with a number of people.
Definitely a far more push towards a practical sense of the world. But yeah, that's his turn.
Okay. Anything anyone wanted to do in between rounds there?
I would just like to note that Varys, while he was gaming, seemed to be enjoying it quite thoroughly, even though he was getting thrashed
Okay.
completely and utterly.
Yeah, he still had a good time despite losing.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Okay. All right, we'll roll into round 3 then. See, I told you this was gonna breeze by.
Yeah.
Back to Varys' round.
All right, and going to let's see. I think he's just going to feast. Just nothing important.
Okay.
I don't know which option that would fall under. He's just
You are choosing to either gorge yourself on food or you're choosing to make sure everyone else is looked after.
he would tend to people again then because
Temperate.
he's not exactly he's not exactly the gorging type usually.
Temperance.
All right. And
Imply the +2 to this.
yeah. Well, today he fumbled, so he is apparently very hungry.
Yeah, maybe a bad year for food,
Yeah. Too much traveling.
right? Okay. Well, you give it your best. I know there's a unique mechanic to fumble, so let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, sure. That's the first 20 I've rolled for a fumble in a very long time.
True. Game. It's not forced departure. Gossip. Not feast card, not gossip. Oh, indulge. There we go. Really your choice of temperate or indulgent. If you fumble temperate or fail indulgent, you have overindulged on drink and run the risk of public drunkenness.
Well, I mean, it is possible. He was having a lot of fun gaming, so maybe they were drinking a little bit too much.
See, drunk is as a moose. Let's see. We've had this before. I've seen this.
There is the intoxication roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There it is, drunk as a moose. Let's see. Drunk as a mouse is as a mouse. You are going to roll.
Drunk as a moose. I love that.
Yeah. It's trying to cut off the E sound, but because the E's not there. But you get my point. Okay. You've overindulged. It's not really going to play out for you because this is your last round. You know, you're just hammered. That's how we'll play it out because you're not going to roll anything anymore. So if you do, we'll stop and look at it because there's a chance that someone else's card forces you to do a group roll. There's like group challenges, like Mario Party every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, but you're feeling pretty good. Probably won't feel that good tomorrow, but you feel great now.
Right.
And then we'll go to Sir Owen. Back to you, good sir.
I'm thinking, since he was the only one really paying attention, I'm going to go for the intrigue. Try to learn more about what's going on. Although it's almost certainly going to fail.
You do get to add your geniality to it.
Yes, you do. You get a +2 now to your modifier. Hey, look at that.
That's...
Yep. And you can tick it as well. And you're going to get 2 geniality for that. Well, 1 for your near the salt and 1 for succeeding. And what were you after? You were looking for gossip kind of thing?
Yeah, the situation
Okay.
in this area.
Okay. They say that their king, King Pelennor, has abandoned his position as king to go off hunting after some fantastical beast in the forest. That leaves his three brothers behind, and the eldest brother, they say, is a bit stubborn and insistent that he should be deciding on things. The other two brothers are suggesting that they, be more careful and cautious till Pelennor returns. But the oldest brother, Ellen, he insists the opposite. So you do learn their names. So, sir,
Anything else?
they're also an old kind of not famous, just well-known line. And so, with Pelennor being the first, Sir Ellen is the second born. The third born is Sir Lamarek. And the youngest, let's get that going here. Forgot to throw these in earlier, my bad. And the third is Sir Pellis. Do it that way.
Learn anything about the
Situation.
nature of this
Yeah.
this beast?
Only that it sounds like it has, like it sounds rather. Give me a spiritual versus worldly test.
For that?
What's that?
Is there a mod for that? Or just straight up?
You can apply, if you want, you can apply your geniality to the left trait. So if you want to test your spiritual with +4, you can. Okay, give me a tick on worldly. It sounds, made up. It's apparently has different parts of different beasts. It really doesn't make sense, right? So when they tell you he's out, it's like it. I think what is being suggested is that the king is kind of mad, and for him to abandon his post. It sounds like the Northern Hill tribes are starting to rally. So if we go back to the map here, it's probably like a good time to show this anyways. We go back here, you're right on the edge of the mountains up in Norgales. And the hill tribes in the mountains nearby are starting to organize and starting to test lands that have been contested for years since the king is absent. They're aware of it. The two younger sons, two younger brothers, are trying to kind of keep stability and convince the realm to remain united, but in a peaceful way, like trying to keep things that way. The second born is has a bit more of an ego on him, and is convinced that with his brother away, he can succeed at bringing Norgale's victory over these hill tribesmen, and that's what this push is. But there's a lot of resistance. Like some of the lords don't seem to agree with his stance on that. They seem to think he's he's not the king. So what gives him rights to, just because he's the king's brother doesn't give him right to put the land in peril, right? To start a war as it is. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're gonna go to Hrothgar next, and I'm gonna grab some food real quick while we go to Hrothgar. A sec. You're up and you're on mute.
Oh, right. Alright, what is Hrothgar going to do? Guess he's gonna fuck around and find out. I'm gonna draw a card.
Oh dear.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Malicious
That's-
slander.
Yeah.
A knight unfairly criticizes you within earshot. Roll modest versus proud. Modest wins, you ignore the scoundrel, +2 geniality, take the modest. Proud wins, you scuffle with the knight, and the steward has to pull you apart. -2 geniality. You may challenge the knight to a duel. If you don't, lose a point of honor.
Oh wow.
I'm not drawing a card, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, that could have been you. Oh boy, and Hrothgar is a rather proud man, so this it's not looking good.
It's not gonna go well.
Alright, let's go. First of all, rolling modest. I'm not gonna add my geniality to this because I think this would be funnier if I don't. Here goes modest. Oh, modest succeed.
Yes, wow.
And proud actually failed.
Whoa! We're both doing stuff different than
My
our normal
God.
personality.
What do you think did that, Mark? You got a good explanation for that? Or...
I think in this case, oh, that's a good question. I think probably in this case, Hrothgar is at this point. This isn't the first time someone's criticized him, probably for being a Saxon, and so probably talking about him being disloyal, dishonorable, which usually would really piss him off. But I think at this time, he's just looking around at the knight that says this, and just kind of looked at him with a very pitiful look, or pitiable look, and then just kind of brushes it off. Probably grumbles a little bit, but he doesn't make a big scene about it.
All right, +2 geniality and tick modest.
I don't know how this happened.
I don't know, right?
Well, I don't know how I fumbled on a temperate roll either, but I did.
Fair.
You were sipping on that wine
Skills.
while you're playing your games, and before you knew it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Enjoyed it far too much.
Yeah. It was one of those
That holy
accidental drunks.
Oh no, it was the holy blessing, man. It was like, oh, got me all high spirited and stuff. Hrothgar knows what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Even-
yeah.
Even Christ turned water into wine. 2 minutes later, we see Varys leaving the scene puking.
Right?
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to stealthily eat dinner as we go too.
It's all good.
So that with that in mind, I think that concludes the feast. So all of you have your respective geniality, and Drax, because you held that card, you get 15 additional glory. So 45 glory to Varys, right?
All right.
And then 40 glory to Owen. And 40 glory to Hrothgar. And you put that in Glory This Game on your sheet, Chris, just so you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. None of these knights, Sir Ellen, Sir Pellis, and Sir Lamarck, they're all young. In fact, I made one mistake. Pellis is not a sir. Not knighted yet.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. He's a youngin'. 19.
No, 19.
Okay. Now we move on to the border. And the conflict that will be. From Diva we shall go. Oh. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's move the map that way. Okay. The border with Gomerit. So this is our first session with a new knight. I think I'm going to keep it pretty light, and we're just going to do some basic conflict rounds. I'm not going to get overly descriptive with the scenario. Basically, you're fighting on the border of mountainous terrain. So even though the pointer's there, it's probably more like down here kind of thing.
Right.
You are mobilized in larger parties, so more like units, like in major combat, like in war. But you're not quite at like the full-on armies size of things. And so we're gonna use, I think we're gonna use the battle system. Battle in Norgales. Let me just set this up because I gotta delete a bunch of stuff from it.
Is that the one with all the different steps in it?
Yeah.
Fun times.
We're just gonna use the basics of the system and go from there. These enemies, okay, and I think I have everything I need, so I'm gonna bring you over now. I'm gonna get you all to drag your tokens out, please, for me on this map. Chris, are you able to drag the token, or is it not working for you?
Doesn't seem to be working unless I'm misremembering. It's been a while since I've.
Try clicking on the name of the sheet and just dragging from the name of the sheet over, like not on.
Yeah, that's what I've,
That's not working. Yeah, I can get
that's
you
what
over.
I've been trying.
I got you over. Here you go.
Okay.
Okay. So, the brother of the king is both Lamarck and Ellen are here. and they'll represent your left and your right flank for what's going on. Peleus was left behind, so they had security in the line. Should anyone fall, they have, they're preserving their family line. Who out of the three of you, what are your battle skills, each of you?
10.
10.
And 5.
Sorry, Chris, you broke up for me.
Oh, 5.
5. Okay. None of those are great. So I think it'd be funny. To see who proudly raised their hand at leadership. Why don't you all test pride? Highest role as the leader.
All right.
All right.
Oh no.
Well, we are going to be led by
The worst.
Knight.
I've heard of battlefields.
Okay. The young knight from Bedegrain raises his hand, eager to join. I will give you a tick on proud and a tick on valorous for that. Okay. So now we come up over here. We look at the scenario. You're not fatigued. You're not outflanked. You're not surprised. You're not outnumbered. And you get no charging bonus because the mountainous terrain makes it basically impossible to yeah. It makes it very bad for you, basically. You are mounted, so you'll get the bonus in combat, but you won't get any bonus to the actual battle roll itself. However, Chris, I will let you know that the battle roll that you make each round is really important. And if you want, what you can do is you can choose to impassion yourself. So that you'd pick one of your passions, whatever passion is most driving you here. And you would roll it. If you do succeed and your passion's let's say it's a 16, you get a significant bonus. If it's a 15, you get a pretty good bonus. If it's a 20, you get a crazy good bonus.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull over the map so you can see, or the chart so you can see what you're working with here. Okay, so down here. So if you have a famous passion of 16 and 19, a success means you get a plus 10. Impassioned is if you end up critical, you're impassioned with a plus 10. Inspired plus 5 for success. If you fail, that's not good. Where a passion under 16, the critical is the same as a success. It doesn't add you any more value to it, but the failure is less punishing. You end up with no result rather than melancholy. So with that in mind, what do you think, if any, what passion might you use? I'd advise with a skill of 5, you might consider impassioning yourself with something here.
I've got Loyalty Lord and Honor 16, so probably Honor would be the better way to go.
Yep. Makes sense.
Roll this out.
There you go. Plus
At least
5.
works.
Yeah, so now you are rolling at a 10 battle. Please test your battle with a plus 5 modifier. Oh no. Okay.
Well, you wanted fun, so that's what we're gonna get.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I never get 20s when I want them in D&D, but
That's how they work. That's how they work. All right. So this is a mixture of a number of things. It's not just your poor maneuvering. It's a bad situation to begin with, and you find that the brothers of the king are in a similar boat. All right. So that in mind, uh, let's see how things go.
This is what happens when you take cavalry to a mountainous area.
uh, so with that in mind, I'm gonna say because it's a fumble, if your group chooses to have more hesitant than anything else, then the brothers of the king will suffer. Their units will suffer with overwhelm. If you choose bold or orderly as a majority, so if the majority of you choose orderly or bold, the bold will cancel out a hesitant kind of thing. You're good to go. So what do these three things mean? Well, they don't mean exactly what's said. So let me give you some edits. Bold, you fight 1 versus 2 enemies. You get to check Valorous, and you hope to how things work out. Orderly, you fight 1-on-1 with an enemy. You don't get anything checked. You get regular glory, right? Bold, you have the possibility of getting glory for 2 enemies. Hesitant, you fight 1 or 2 versus 1 enemy. So you and a random ally team up and kapow someone. You do not check cowardly. We changed that. You just get half glory. So the value of fighting hesitantly is you are more cautious, but you end up with less glory as a result. The value of fighting boldly is you become known for being brave, and you get more glory. It's more intuitive than checking cowardly, in my opinion. There's nothing cowardly about being wounded and fighting hesitantly. So, with that in mind, I need to know where the three of you wanna fight. Bold, orderly, or hesitant. And we'll start with Owen.
I think orderly, kind of middle grounding it is best.
Yep, that's very fair. And you're a young knight, right?
Yeah, he's young. He's looking for one-on-one kind of action. Not really thinking about the leadership.
Okay. What about going next to Varys? What you got?
Well, Varys isn't necessarily feeling completely 100% after the feasting, so, and he is generally a prudent young man, so he's gonna go orderly as well.
And what about Hrothgar?
Hrothgar is gonna go orderly.
Yeah.
Mostly because he's not too sure about how our commander is doing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Taking conflicting orders here.
Shouldn't listen to some kid who just got a Spurs.
Right. Okay. So everyone's going orderly. Now we shall roll on the roll table. Let me pull up the right one. You're not fighting Saxons. That is a really good thing for you. So.
Oh, good. Because I'm having flashbacks to fighting Saxons suddenly.
Let me just pull up the right thing.
No, instead this time these guys are fighting Saxons. Or a Saxon.
Yeah. Right?
A Saxon.
I just gotta pull up the right table. Give me a minute. All right. I think I chose the appropriate enemy there. Sure I got the armaments right. Yeah, these are the right guys. All right, so we're gonna get all three of you. Just give me your D20 roll.
Eight.
All right, so 8 is a bowman. Chris, do you want to roll a D2 for me, please?
What's the command for this again?
You can just do /R space 1D2 if you wanted. All right. You rolled a 16 originally. Spear. Not great spear, though.
Oh, that's good. I get to keep his mounted bonus then.
Yep. Okay, and then Hrothgar rolled an 8, right? No, rolled a 9.
9.
You get the great spear.
No.
Oh.
Nine great spear. Okay. We will start, I think, with experience. So we'll start, Mark, with you, just so Chris can see it. We'll give him the last action. Let him see Hrothgar and Varys fight.
Alright.
All right. So your opponent is against the great spear, so it means you do not get your mounted bonus.
Mm-hmm. However, Hrothgar is wielding his giant two-handed axe on horseback. He's able to wield a two-handed weapon because he is a Saxon. Special ability. And he is going to roll... I think this is going to be a passion of love family. Because he loves his family so much that he wants to live up to the oath they swore to protect this land from invaders.
Right.
And you know what? These guys are feeling pretty invader-like right now.
Okay. I like it.
Alright, roll in. Success.
All right. Go ahead and give us your attack.
Alright. Two-handed weapon. I believe it's just +5, unless there are any negatives for the commander roll.
No negatives. Nope.
Alright. I think it's just +5, because I don't get a horse bonus.
Right.
Alright, let's go.
Hey, welcome. I wish I could see who joined. I really got to transfer that over.
I rolled a 9. It's not great.
All right. Let's see. He does not get the recursive penalty to his, so he's actually in a good spot against you. Let's see how this goes.
Mm,
But he succeeds less than you do.
no.
Yep. So you hit.
Alright. Roll damage, just for the sake of it. Oh my god!
What was that, like
Ooh,
straight ones? That's
it was very
2
low.
1.
6 dice.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I get... Correct me if I get an extra d6 damage because I am a Woden. Or of the Woden faith. I remember that being a thing you mentioned at some point, but I don't remember if that was a...
I don't think so. But you're welcome to check. You're welcome to check in the meantime. The good news is these guys don't wear much in the way of armor. He has 2 armor. So you still did 14
Yeah.
damage. Damage to great spearman. And more importantly, you get, I'm going to give you glory as we go because there's no reason not to. You will get 12 glory for the Great Spearman.
Alright.
Because great spears are tough against cavalry. So having a positive exchange there, you're in a good spot. We're going to head over to the other side and check out what's going on for Varys against the bowman right now.
Right. And I believe that there's some special mechanics for range weapons, right?
Yes. So the bowman, you have to split against the bowman. If you want to both dodge his attack and attack him, you have to split.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to impassion myself with love of family because he wants to make it home after this, I guess, or
Yep.
at least because, yeah. Let's see if that works. There's no modifiers for that, I don't think so. All right, so that passed. And
Alright.
then let's see. I gotta split. How do I want to do this then? I'll go with a 5-10 split. I'm gonna go with the 5 to evade the shot, 10 to actually score the hit, Bowman. And
Okay.
and my modifiers apply flat across both of those, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Do we do the dodging part first?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get a mounted bonus plus the impassion bonus.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That is not the greatest attack, so you're in a good spot.
All right. And then let's see. So plus 10 modifier. And then I have to count that I'm splitting. So it should be a flat roll.
Yeah. Spear expertise. Oh, you kidding me? Oh. So
Yeah.
now the good news is you succeed enough to raise your shield, so it's possible he doesn't do any damage to you.
Right. But he actually hit me. Yeah.
And you actually have chain now in this event, right?
Yes, I do. I have 10 armor. Yep.
Yeah. No.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
glances
good.
off you. Now your attack.
All right. My attack will be at a +5.
Plus 10, won't it?
Uh,
Doesn't really matter.
I split though, I think so.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so it was only a 5-point difference on the split. So
Well, not only do you that, but he fumbles.
fumbled.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you just straight up kill him. I'll give you the equivalent of a crit. So just roll your damage real quick. You're just gonna.
All right.
It's gonna be one of those things where you do whatever damage you do, and then he hits the rock and dies from double damage. Yeah. So he took 24. 12
Nice.
from you spearing him, then 12 from him smacking his head upside the rock that you forced him over onto.
Very nice. A bloody mess.
Indeed. All right, so that brings us to both Varys and Hrothgar. Chris, you're not having to deal with any splitting, so all that complexity you saw in Varys doesn't have to be worried about right now. You are fighting a spearman. He is a skilled spearman. Do you want to actually impassion yourself for battle? Did you not?
I haven't done it yet, but I was going to.
For the battle roll, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same round. Is that an?
Oh yes.
battle?
Oh right. Yeah.
So I'll let
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I'll let you count that. So you get a +5 to your attack on him, and +5 for mounted because he doesn't have a great spear.
This is either lance or spear. What?
It would be what's the higher? Well, you should have your Kimrick, yes, or you're Irish.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Yeah,
What's your higher, lance or spear?
lance.
Do you have sword?
I do.
What are your skills? What are your skill levels right now?
For weapon skills,
Yeah.
sword 15, lance 15, spear 5.
Your best bet here is sword because you aren't able to charge in this scenario. So.
All right then. With a 10.
Yep.
Nice.
Right. So you got one of the tougher opponents. Let's see where this goes. You beat him. So, go ahead and give me your damage. Good sir.
On that.
This guy is closer to like mercenary armor. It's like patched together armor, but it's much better than the people that Hrothgar and Varys were facing armor. 22 damage
Nice.
is pretty good.
Yeah, with a sword, it's real good. On
Yeah,
5d6.
16 damage.
Oh yeah, they're
Nice.
Okay. So, that's really good news for you guys. Let's see. So that moves to win, and win. So overall, you're going to end up with +3 combat score.
Good.
The question is, do any of you want to turn your scenario into a duel? If not, you're going to go back into the roll table again, see who you're fighting.
What's the benefits and drawbacks of that?
Your character is probably done, Varys, and doesn't make sense with the
I'm just
melee.
curious. And
The benefit, so if you go into a duel, you can take the opponent. You can get additional combat score, right, from a victory.
Mhm.
So if you're in a fight and then you turn it into a duel, you get +2 combat score rather than the +1 you would have got from the win. If it's an important opponent, you could take them ransom, but you're not really fighting knights. I'd
Right.
actually advise you guys don't bother.
Right. Yeah, I was just curious because I didn't have that as an option last time we were on the table. So
Yeah. It makes better sense when you're fighting knights or in
Right.
later parts of Arthuriana where everyone's mounted and important and knighted and stuff. You know,
all that fancy stuff.
not just invaders. So, okay, let me test one other thing. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. Awareness rolls, everybody, as we complete the first round.
Just missed it. I passed though, so that's good enough. Nice.
Okay. Pass is good enough. You can tell Varys someone important just fell. On our side. I think Hrothgar, you get a better look at it. You because of your high height, we'll say, like your
It's
your
the
large
height advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually see like a very, very bloody Ellen, Sir Ellen being pulled out, nearly unconscious, just spilling blood and guts out of his midsection. as he's being pulled away. His brother Lamerick, too, is struggling.
What a tragedy. Let's continue the fight.
Yeah. Are you gonna draw note to anyone? Either of you? Are you gonna make note of it? Because you notice that your young leader has not, Sir Owen has not seen that yet. He's not aware.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the specifics, but because
Does
I
it
don't
look-
know.
Yeah. Does
Yeah,
it
go
look
ahead.
like the battle's turning in the enemy's favor because of this?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
In which case, Hrothgar will go over to his two fellow knights he's been fighting alongside and going, Sir Alan has fallen. We might need to retreat in the coming moments.
What about aiding them? Give them a window. Get out.
I think that's a good plan, he says with a big grin.
And you?
Well then, Commander. What are your thoughts?
Let's just tough our way through to them and give them whatever cover they need.
It's decided then.
Let's go crack some skulls.
It just gets a brief smirk from Varys, and he's ready to go.
Okay.
Owen is far too inexperienced to even really understand that things could go cataclysmically wrong.
Let's find out. Sir Owen, we're gonna get you. You're gonna make a. I just want to make sure I'm right about that. I believe you make another unopposed battle roll for the round. This time, you have to use a different trait though to roll.
A different passion.
Different passion if you want to impassion yourself. Thanks, Mark. My brain's shutting down at this point.
That's fair. Basically, to give an idea for the rules, each round of combat in a big fan is an hour. So once you've used a passion, you can't use it again for the rest of the combat. Barring certain exceptions.
All I can use love family.
Yeah,
Exactly. But you
Bettergran's
can't
not
use the
far
one-
from here.
Yeah.
If they get run over, then your
You
family
gotta.
could be next.
My grandfather won a great victory around here many years ago, so I gotta live up.
Hey,
Nice.
give us your battle
Nice.
roll, good sir.
Is this a 5 mod still?
+5.
Yeah.
Shit, the same thing.
Not a fumble, though.
Not a
That's not a
fumble.
fumble.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
better.
different than a fumble.
Yeah, that's much better.
With the circumstances, though, this round, if you guys are opting to do anything other than retreat, your options are bold or orderly, and
Okay.
you get the if you go orderly, you are not assisting the retreat. If you're going bold, you're assisting. You're actually having an impact on your allies' ability to get out of here.
Okay.
I only say that because it sounded like that's what you guys were after. Now you can still go orderly. One of you could go orderly, two go bold. What you want to avoid is unit combat disaster.
Yeah.
That would be your goal. So with that in mind, bold or orderly, my friends?
I think Hrothgar's definitely gone bold.
Varys is as well.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. All right. All three of you can check Valorous.
All right.
It's already checked for me, so.
Perfect.
Oh
Same.
well.
Are you
All
sure,
right.
Mark? Because it's been a year. It's for
Oh,
yeah,
492
492.
now. Yeah.
in that case, I'll just
Mark it as a
quickly.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I haven't checked it. My mistake.
Yeah, I'm already at 16 Valorous, so it was kind of the thing to do for Varys. So
All right.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, guys, you're back to the D20. Is this time though, rather than a D20?
2 of them.
No. Yes, actually, yes. It's 2D20.
Yeah. Because we fighting 2 peoples. 11 and 6 for me.
So we'll go with the order that came in. So 8, 9 for Chris. So 8 for Chris,
Bowman.
Bowman, and 9 is Great Spear. So
Ouch.
one good, one tough, and I'll get through splitting next. You can watch another round of the others splitting, just see how it works first.
Yeah, because he's going to split for the arrow too.
Yeah.
Yup.
If he chooses to, anyway.
Varys, you have 11 and 6 on you.
Yes, sir.
So 11 is Spear, not Great Spear.
All right.
And 6 is Bow.
Oh, okay.
I got an 11 and 10.
11 is Spear, and 10 is Spear. No, not Great Spear. So you guys,
Good.
I
Good
think,
to know.
yeah. Owen has the roughest go out of the mix, but
Yeah.
we'll
boy.
see. We'll see. He's already passed his thing for the session though, so that's good. We'll start with. We will start with Rothgar, then we'll go to Varys, then Owen.
Alright. Hrothgar is going to activate his honor passion. Specifically around protecting the lords that he is now fighting for, as well as just general do well in battle to honor the gods of old. 16. So that is a +5.
Okay.
Two-handed weapon. Now here's where things get tricky. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna split my usual score down the middle. So that's 9 for each. Then it's +5 for being mounted. And +5 for being impassioned. So it's +10 in total. So I'm rolling for a 19. My current score is 18, so I'm just adding a modifier of 1. And here we go. This is against the first guy. It's a hit, but it's a low hit. I need him to fail.
Okay. And first spear and second spear. So we'll go just with their numbers. 11. Oh man. You're unlikely to get this guy to fail, but actually you're mounted, he's not. So he does
That's
get
true,
the
yeah.
18 -5. Let's get the -5, but it's still a high number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
a-
hits.
11 was it? Oh,
Yes.
holy man. Okay, this is one of the nastier guys, Mark, just so you know.
Me without my shield.
Oh, man.
20.
That could have been a lot worse, though.
20. So that's 20 minus 8 for my armor. So I take
12.
12. Sizable chunk of my health.
And
Puts me at 20 hit points.
the second spearman.
And I get to roll against him as well. Ooh, an 11. It's much better.
He fails.
He missed.
All right,
Nice.
so I hit him.
All right. So you're gonna walk out with 1 win, 1 loss, and you down that guy. 1 hit.
Much better roll.
Mm-hmm.
So, 1 win, 1 loss, and a victory tick,
Mm-hmm.
and
Very
some,
nice.
some damage to show for it. Is that a major wound for you? That 12? Probably not.
No, it's just under.
Okay.
My con is 13.
Varys, on to you next.
Yes.
Spearman
Right,
and
so
Bowman.
I have Spearman and Bowman. So I'm going to have to deal with an arrow again as well. So I'm
Yeah.
going to try to impassion. I'm going to do honor as well, since I'm being paid by these guys and everything.
Okay.
And it's just the valorous thing to do, so. Alright, past that. That's good. Alright, and then I gotta split this. How do I want to do this? Let's go. Probably regret this, but I'm gonna go an even 5 to each of them.
All right, so you're gonna... Okay.
5 to the arrow, 5 to the spearman, and 5 to the bowman. Yeah.
Okay, and so tell me what order you're rolling against. Just
I'm gonna go and do bow, spear, bowman.
do you want the bowman to attack you first, or do you want to attack the bowman first? I guess he would
Yeah,
attack
well,
you first.
Yeah, the ranged always goes first, right? So.
Yeah. Bowman attack.
Five.
Where is it? 6.
And mine's basically all gonna be flat rolls except for
He rolled a 4.
okay, and mine's all flat because of the way I split that.
Right. Yeah.
So
I gotcha.
yeah,
Well, you get your shield.
I got my shield again. That's fine.
That's really all that matters. Sometimes
Yeah.
it gets, so
Yeah,
9
that's
damage. You're able to deflect it.
Yeah. All right, and then my attack on the spearman. That's gonna be the same. Oof. Could have done better with that. But I am mounted, so at least he takes a penalty.
And it's enough to make him miss. He would have gotten a 17 and hit if you weren't mounted.
All right, so damage. 23.
23. Okay.
All right. And then bowman attack roll.
Mark, take 12 for your, or 10 for your spearman. By the way, 10 glue.
fail.
Cool.
And this is for you to attack the bowman?
Yeah. Yep.
He didn't split, so he just gets lucky.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I was too occupied with defending myself and then wounding the other guy.
So we're gonna count that as 1 success because his armor didn't his attack didn't breach your armor, didn't do any damage. So far you guys are at 1 success, which is not bad at all.
Yeah, considering it's a 2v1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, Sir Owen. You have a bowman and a great spearman. So let me explain the splitting to you and how it works. So basically, anytime you have more than one opponent and you want to, do multiple attacks, you have to split your pool and your skill up amongst them. So you have to use one skill, one weapon skill, and you're applying that across the entirety of your actions for the round. Bonuses, however, things like passions, mounted scores, stuff like that, they get to apply across each roll if they're valid, right? Now, ranged attackers have a different kind of complexity to them. Normally, if you're attacking me with an axe and I'm attacking you with a sword, we just roll our contested weapons against each other. The victor is whoever gets higher. It's different with ranged. ranged get to attack first, and then you get to attack them later. If you want to split your action against a bowman to both not get hit and hit them, you have to split it twice for that one unit. So if you're looking to dodge the bowman, hit the spearman, and hit the bowman, it's going to cost you a split of 3 this time.
A sword of 15 would be 5 each.
Yeah. One of the strategies people will do is they look at the bow being like, 3d6. It basically comes down to if they don't crit, it does almost nothing to you anyways, right? So a lot of people just go, you know what? Let the bow hit me. It's fine. I'm gonna focus on hitting my opponents and just dodging be damned, At which you don't get your shield bonus when the bowman fires at you, but it's a good way of keeping your split scores so they don't drop to like almost nothing. So let's start there first. Do you want to split 3 ways and dodge, or do you want to split 2 ways? Or do you want to split it all? Because you could also go, I'm going to ignore the bowman altogether and just go for the spearman. That is also an option.
I think I'm going to go for just take the arrow and then probably put 10 to the spearman and 5 split to the archer.
Okay, and you're going to let the archer hit you kind of thing? Is that the idea?
Yeah, just sort of take it.
Okay, boom. I'm just going to roll that first then. Let's get that out of the way. And you had a bowman of 8, 16 skill. The only time this becomes bad is with a critical. So cross your fingers for no critical here. No critical. 3d6 damage. 12 damage. You take 2 damage. Actually, hold on. You're a mercenary knight, right?
I'm a household.
Oh, you're a household knight? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, then you have chainmail.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, 2 damage is what you take. So it does breach, and that will count as a success on their side, but only 1. You can kind of overcome that here. Now, you can attack both of them. Who do you want to attack first?
The spearman first.
The Great Spearman? Okay.
Yes.
So you took 10 of your skill, right? So 10. And then you get a +5 for your passion. But you don't get a +5 for mounted because Great Spearmen have a special ability where it negates your mounted, right? So you get a 15 skill against them.
In this game, since my sword is normally 15, it's just no mod straight up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so good news is you got your shield up one way or the other. Now let's see if they succeed. Oh, a tie. Interesting. We haven't seen that like almost ever. You break their spear with your sword. So you don't land a hit, but you break their spear.
Okay.
It's the advantage of a tie with a sword is the sword breaks other weapons. In this game. More for the Arthuriana than the realistic, I think. Alright. I'm going to count that as a victory over that one, because a tie is such an interesting thing. Now you get to roll against a bowman.
And since that's a 5, it's the mod is -5. Because
well, is your target 5 or
your skill is 5, right? That you put in it, right? And then
Yeah, that's
you're
what.
still impassioned, and you get your mounted bonus, so it's 15 this time.
Oh, so still the same. Okay.
Yep. That's why I did that with mine, and I went 5s across the board. It keeps me at a 15 all the way through.
The archer did not split, so you're lucky he cannot beat you. Mostly because Bob forgot. But you hit. Go ahead and give me your damage roll. Okay. You cut deep into the bowman. You landed 2 hits there. So you guys are gonna walk away with defeating another unit before the retreat is sounded and you're able to exit. Ian, your battle skill is a 5, yes?
Yes.
Just the experience of being in a leadership role, you can tick battle. And we're gonna do kind of one more scene with you guys. Even though we're not at the feast, I'm gonna bring you back like you're in the castle. Give me intrigue tests. Add +5 because you guys were present. You know, there's lots you're aware of.
What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Intrigue +5.
Okay.
For all of you.
So we managed to escort them back.
Exactly. Yep.
Not even close on my end.
Yeah, so
I passed.
Right. So as the 3 of you and other mercenary knights are waiting to get paid, or those who assisted are here to get paid. I think in the case of Owen, since he's a bachelor knight, it's not getting paid, it's doing your duty to your lord, protecting Bedegrain. Which, by the way, I might as well just show how close Bedegrain is. It's not terribly far from this. Like, on the other side of these mountains is Bedegrain.
Right.
So, all you have is the mountains in Cameliard. If Gomerit or the mountain men were to take over Norgales, you'd be in a really bad spot. But going back to the focus here of the scene, you all are kind of back. You're waiting for your release from duty. I think it's here that Varys, you learn that Sir Ellen is passed. He's dead.
Okay.
And it's at that point that the 3 of you are called into an audience.
Okay.
All right.
You find yourselves in front of the 2 other brothers, Sir Lamarck and Hellas.
I think Hrothgar specifically looks kind of bored.
Yeah.
He's just kind of yawning as he's waiting to meet with the lords.
Varys is kind of staying tight-lipped, even though he overheard what happened, just out of, well, not to be a gossip, essentially. So he's waiting to see what happens with this meeting.
and Owen is also pretty quiet. He's understanding that the battle wasn't exactly a success, and that they've lost their brother, no matter what they may feel about him.
Sir Lamorak is the first to speak. He says, have you heard the news?
Sir Varys bows his head briefly and then nods to him. I've heard rumors. It's already spreading. But I was waiting for official acknowledgement.
Please consider this official then.
Very well. My condolences then.
With that, the large form of Hrothgar seems to lean into frame as he goes. I'm sorry, what exactly happened?
My brother, the one intended to pay you, he died on the battlefield.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Indeed. Things seem grim. I intend to go to Logres in search of my king, my brother, says with a grunt. I was hoping that the three of you could escort me.
Owen looks to them too, but says, well, it would be a pleasure and an honor to escort you to find your elder brother, especially after losing another. I, for one, am certain to give it my all.
Are you
Varys,
expecting... Oh god.
No, go ahead, man.
You're expecting trouble on the journey? Or just looking for some company?
Not trouble per se, but the roads are dangerous, especially the forest ones.
As long as I see my payment. Sure.
Sir Varys is quiet for a minute. And then nods. I will accompany you as well. As I'd expect others would do so for me if I was in your situation.
Very well. I will ready my things and we can set forth as soon as possible. Brother, you're in charge. And with that, he starts to walk away. And Hela says, wait. I'm not a knight yet. You can't leave the kingdom with me. Someone knight me. I'm 20 this fall. I'm ready.
Varys looks over at the older brother, I believe it's Sir Lamorak. See what his response was to that little outburst from his brother.
Lamorak turns and there's like a concerned look in his eye, but there's also kind of an acknowledgement that as much as knighting someone early doesn't make sense, leaving the kingdom with a lord that is not knighted isn't really the best measure of defense. So you can see the look on his eye as he considers the options.
How would that work, like etiquette-wise, in this situation for a mercenary knight such as myself to possibly do that?
It's one thing for a mercenary knight to like raise someone to knighthood as a mercenary knight, but this is a king's brother. Like this would
Right.
require some formality or agreement here.
Okay.
You're not
Alright.
really sure.
Okay. Varys, after a moment, watching the two, speaks up. If you allow it, I'll do so. Speaking to Lamorak. Name the terms.
Sir Lamerick looks to his brother a long moment and nods. He's as ready as most knights, I suppose. I will grant it as the acting king until Pelennor returns, until I've retrieved him. He says, it's best to have a brother prepared for the possibility of an invasion. One that can raise a sword and one that the men can stand behind. We should do the honor in front of others.
Very well.
All right. Okay. And we'll move past that point, but we're gonna dish out some glory here. You're all gonna get 2 Librum for this, with the exception of Sir Owen, who gets a tick on Loyalty Lord. Welcome to being a household knight. You get cooler stuff, but you get less less autonomy. Now, for glory on the battlefield, just to make sure you guys got the glory you should have had, I think you all got 10 or 12 the first round, and I would have differentiated that accordingly. And then you all got 20 on the second round.
Okay, I believe mine was only 10 because I think mine was only a bowman in the first round. So
Yeah, bowman in the first round, 10, 20 in
Yeah.
the second round.
Yep.
For 2
Okay.
opponents. So 30 total should be 30 or 32 points should be all of you for glory.
All right.
For that battle.
Easy.
You're also all gonna get 25 glory for witnessing the knighting of Sir Pellis, or Prince, Sir Pellis the Prince, I guess. And then on top of that, Varys, you're going to get a tick on generous, and you'll add another 25 glory for knighting Sir Pellis, knighting a prince.
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't even expect that.
Okay.
Does he also get to hit him as part of the process?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Give me a strength roll. Let's see how it goes.
A strength roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
You have to strike him at the end, after all.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You strike him, but not at a crit level where you knock him
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I pulled.
That's
my
a
punch
Rothgar
little
style, right?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, just decks him.
Just floors them.
I've KO'd every one of my knights.
That's right.
They didn't
You're
know
not
what
at night
hit them.
until you passed out.
Okay. We will wrap it there. Obviously, the Gales family is a very important family in the future of Arthuriana, so hope you all had fun. What was it like for your first time, Chris? Did you have a good time?
I didn't die, so that's always a bonus.
Yeah. I think it's
I
hilarious.
killed a couple of guys.
I think it's hilarious that you got thrusted into leadership role. for
I
that
love
battle.
it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty great.
It was that was the best roll I did all night, really.
Yeah.
Except for the intrigue.
Yeah. It's good.
That's what I like about it is like my character playing in like the Pendragon, the Open Pendragon, and then in the Malahut stuff. My dude's battle is like low. So it's like my dude never has to lead ever. So it's like he's not the leadership material type. So it's just like
In
so cute.
like my headcanon, they were like, "Who's gonna lead this company here?" And you two like just stepped backwards.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pushed
Or
Or
on
rather,
forward.
Ferris
backward,
more than
push you
likely
forward.
kind of. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, Varys probably just like stood there. Oh man,
Okay.
that was fun.
One very last thing that I'll do that I forgot is there's additional glory for our unit commander, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a ton.
Oh.
'cause-
Didn't you say it was 40 at the beginning?
Yeah, you.
Because I had 40 written there already. So
Well, that would have
Uh,
been from geniality.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
from
Oh, okay.
Geniality.
That was from
Yeah.
your feast.
Oh, then fair enough.
Yeah, you get glory for. I want to say it's 20. We'll make it 25 for now. You get 25 for your for the banner you collected because you did vanquish one unit together. I should add that to the chart so I have it easily accessible. But yeah, you get an
Not
extra
bad
25
for
glory.
not bad for a fledgling knight, man.
Yeah.
Goes right into
One
battle and claims
22
the
for my
banner
first.
already. Yeah.
And it's really good for starting like a knight that's just getting his feet wet with battle. So, all right, cool.
That is awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Hope you had fun.
All right.
And we'll
You
see
guys
you
all
next
have a
time.
good night. It was great meeting you, Chris.
Take care, everyone.
You as well.